So I'm making this video to explain my 11.5 hour surgery and to kind of talk about the healing process afterwards. I'm about 5 weeks out now and I'm feeling much better. So if you guys want to hear that, stay tuned to the end and I will try to explain it all the best I can. Basically, if you don't know why I had to have the surgery, I had a tumor growing in between my eyes, and the tumor was caused by a very slow growing cancer called adenoid cystic carcinoma. It's a rare cancer to get. I've read statistics saying you are more likely to be struck by lightning or to win the lottery than to get adenoid cystic carcinoma, especially at my age. I am 32 years old and I was diagnosed at stage 3. So the tumor had got to about 1.5 centimeters, and if you don't know how big that is, I'll put it right here on the screen for you. It's pretty big. So in order to get it out, they had to make cuts on my nose and pull it out from my nose, obviously, but they couldn't get it all that way. So they also had to go in from the top of my head here. I don't know if you guys can see it on the camera there, and pull my face down past the point of where my nose was to finish pulling it out. I had to have a neurosurgeon do that because it was breaking through the bottom part of my skull trying to go up to my brain. So she took care of that part. And the reason why this skin patch is here, which I've briefly explained, but I'm going to explain it again for people who haven't seen my last video talking about it. They had to put new skin over where the cancer was that they took from my arm, which is right here. So they took skin and nerves from my arms and put it on my nose and put some of it over my brain. That way I had protection since it's now no longer has the skull to protect it. And then they had to take skin from my thigh to put back on my arm. So that is a skin graft now. And this is called a skin flap. And eventually, believe it or not, it will actually heal and mold to the shape of my nose, and it will look almost unrecognizable. From what I've seen some pictures of people that really took well with it. Hopefully I will too. So the healing process was pretty difficult. I have some video footage. It was hard to walk. I also have double vision from where they took out one of my eye muscles, and it's very hard to see. It was hard to walk because of the skin graft on my leg that they had to take from my thigh. It was extremely painful at first, very difficult. When I first woke up in the hospital, I had a breathing tube. I had all these crazy tubes in me for draining. So it was a really hard adjustment at first. Healing process, when my leg finally healed, it actually only took it about a week to actually fully heal, or at least to the point where I could walk again and it wasn't painful, because I could not walk. I had to use a walker. It hurt so bad. That was probably the worst pain. My face, of course, it hurt. It was swollen. It was crazy looking. But mostly it was the inside of my head. I had the strangest headaches. I can't even explain them. It felt like just a bunch of tinglies constantly going off in my head. It's hard to explain. So they had me on a bunch of medicine, obviously antibiotics, pain medicine, nerve medicine, things to help me feel a little bit better to make it through the day. When I first got home, I pretty much just laid around for the first 3 or 4 days. Of course, I was really sore. It was difficult to do anything. But after about 5 or 6 days, I was getting up, I was moving around. It wasn't as bad anymore. And like I said, after a week, I could walk. And it's been about 2 months and a week since my surgery. I'm sorry, 1 month and a week since my surgery. So about 5 weeks out, and I feel 98% better since the surgery. You know, there's still some things like I still get weird nerve pains in my arm. It's still kind of hard to make a fist from where they took the skin graft from my arm and the muscles. Sometimes my nose feels a little tingly. Yeah, just minor things. But really, you know, the biggest side effects from all this surgery was ones that will last forever are I will, of course, have scars. But I figured that scars are no big deal to me. I can handle scars. Also, I lost my sense of smell almost completely. I smell nothing about 99% of the time. Sometimes I will catch random whiffs of fragrance or something somebody's cooking in the kitchen, but that's it. And because of my loss of smell, I also lost most of my sense of taste. I can taste salty things, sour things, bitter things, but I couldn't tell you what was in those things, what the flavors of them were. So that's permanent. That's probably the hardest adjustment, you know. It doesn't seem like losing your sense of smell would be that bad, but it, you know, it's a lot. You know, it comes with a sense of taste, of course, but there's also a lot of things that, you know, I enjoy. You know, outdoors when grass is freshly cut, barbecues, of course, food, obviously. But, you know, I'm not too upset about that. I can live with that. As of right now, I still can't lift anything too heavy. I can't strain too bad. That was one of the biggest things going through all this, during my healing process, was I could not strain. You know, I couldn't even strain to go to the bathroom. I couldn't strain to do anything at all. I made that very clear. It could cause hemorrhaging, or it could cause spinal fluid leaking through my nose, which thankfully none of that happened. I really had no serious side effects from anything except for some of the medicines they were giving me. They weren't letting me sleep. I was having nightmares. I think it was the pain medicine that was doing it. But anyway, like I said, you know, it's 5 weeks out and I'm feeling much better. And I will be doing daily updates, though, on YouTube when I start my radiation treatments and also possibly my chemo treatments. Thanks for watching. Like I said, more updates will be coming soon. Like what I'm doing, please subscribe, leave a like, and thank you so much.